Okay, so yesterday's videos, I don't know, really inspired me to keep going. I said I was going to try to keep going and I'm going to do my very best to keep making these videos. And I'm not necessarily making these videos for anyone specific at the moment, not right now, but I'm pretty much just doing these videos so I can like scroll back and be like, wow, so 2025 was your year. Because 2024 was a little hectic for me, at least healing wise. I had to heal from a lot of shit in 2024. And don't even talk about 2023. 2023 was not a year I ever want to relive. It was a good year, it was just healing wise, was not the best. But 2024 was a little rough at first, and then it just slowly started getting better. As soon as I started really reconnecting with myself and like being like, bitch, why'd you ever stop like taking care of yourself first? Like, why did you start thinking about everyone who at the end of the day doesn't give a shit about you? And I think I just became like extremely selfish in 20 like I want to say in the last 6 months of 2024, I became like extremely selfish with my energy and with my time. And I think that's how everyone should be. Because if you take time, so if you're like a very like sociable person and there's like a social event coming and it's not like anything important, like try staying home if you can. If you want to. I don't want to pressure you into anything, but like try to stay home and like feel like really connect with your body and see how you're feeling, because whenever you really slow down and start feeling your feelings, you start realizing like, oh shit, like I have not sat down and felt my feelings in a really long time, and I should start doing that. The beginning of 2024 is whenever I was just like, okay, let me slow down and really think about everything that I'm feeling, even if it overwhelms me, even if it feels like it's slowly killing me. Because sometimes you can go through like such strong emotions that you just don't want to deal with them, you don't want to feel them, and I completely understand. I've been through a lot of shit to the point that I'm just like, I don't think I want to relive that. But reliving it in a different version of yourself is like the best thing you can do for yourself. This is my little oatmeal. Again, coming and. But, excuse me, mamas. But it's completely true. I understand that sometimes when you slow down, some feelings can be a little too overwhelming, and you just want to keep your mind busy, your body busy with things that just really aren't serving you. And you know that, but you know if you slow down, you're going to be thinking about way too much. And if you or do anything like that, try stopping for, I want to say, well, if you do it a lot, very frequently, at least stop trying to like stop it for like 1 or 2 days and really feel your feelings, because I used to think me doing that I was actually feeling my feelings, but I wasn't. I was only feeling the good feelings whenever I would hit it. And I was like, wow, I feel so amazing. I feel so amazing when I'm when I'm gardening. I feel so amazing. Like, I just want to keep doing it because I feel like on top of the world whenever I'm doing it. And then I stopped doing it after I saw a TikTok of someone saying, well, at least try stopping it for a week. And I was like, oh, a week. And I did. And I was like, oh, okay, so I was just suppressing all the bad emotions and only feeling the good emotions. Okay, thank you for exposing my toxic patterns, but I'm slowly getting better at really deeply feeling my feelings. Um, at the I want to say in August of last year, that's whenever I started journaling. Like, fully, like, I'm gonna journal every single day. Even if I don't have anything to say, I'm gonna try to fill 3 pages up with bullshit if I have to. And the first day that I actually wrote, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna need more than 3 pages because there's a lot of things I want to talk about and like kind of, get out. But I kind of sticked with just the 3 pages and I said, okay, well, tomorrow we're gonna pick up where we left off. And it kind of just like was like a big like snowball effect. So I started writing and I started really like resurfacing a lot of trauma that I've like pushed down for so long. And trust me, some of those things were like after those 3 pages I was like, I'm not writing shit tomorrow because this shit was too much. Like I cannot physically feel that much pain right now. And if no one's ever like in your life, if no one's ever been in, I want to say like in a traumatic situation. I saw 555 on my clock. Um, that might be significant to you, but if anyone in your life's never been in a like traumatic event, then they might not understand where you're coming from. So if you're like saying, I cannot physically move because of everything that's going on in my head, there's some people that understand that situation and there's other people that don't. And honestly, I I want to say I'm happy for you if you don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm also sad for you because I've moved through most of the trauma that I've been through, and like I feel so amazing right now. Like I literally I've literally like have moved through so much and feel like I've been through so much in these 6 months that I feel like a completely new person. Like if someone were to like come back into my life, I would be like, I'm not the same person. I'm not gonna deal with your bullshit. Um, Go somewhere else. I understand who you are, and like even if you've done things to me in the past, okay, I forgive you for what you did to me. But just because I forgive you, it doesn't mean that I have to accept you back into my life. That's not how it works. This is my life, so I can kick you out whenever I want, and I don't even have to do any explaining at all. It's my life. You can get out. Kind of forgot what I was talking about. um, Someone might have needed to hear that, but these like 6 months have literally felt like I don't know, like 4 years have passed in these 3 months, which may sound crazy to some people. Like, how can 6 months feel like 4 years? Well, if you think about it, if you follow astrology at all, um, I believe, um, I believe Pluto was in Capricorn, I think, and then Pluto just moved into Aquarius. I want to say back in December, I believe, the beginning of December, that's when it moved. So Pluto has been in Capricorn, I believe, for 8 years, or for in another sign for 8 years. So this was an 8 year cycle that just closed out. So if in December you felt weird, like energy shifting, energy moving, like really, really heavy energy moving, you were not alone. And I encourage you, if you do not know like your birth chart or you're not really following astrology very much, I encourage you to follow it. Because whenever I downloaded my birth chart, I kid you not, I have about 4 planets and my ascending. So I have my ascending, my sun, Mercury, and Mars, I believe, in my first house. And at first I was like, I don't really know what this means. Like that's cool and all, but I don't really understand it. But then I started really diving deep, and I started noticing that like, and my true node. If you don't know what that means like that's your purpose. And I was like, I don't really understand what this means, and I started diving deep into it. And it basically says like every house has like a different like what they represent. And could I tell you exactly what each house represents? No. I've literally only been reading into astrology for like deep diving into it for about like 2 months now. To the point that I know some of them, only like where my planets are, not all of them. But the first house is like yourself. It's like it deals with self, with yourself. And so as soon as I saw all those planets, I was like, okay. I was kind of worried. I was like, what do you mean? And then I started diving deep, and it was like, well, your true purpose was to only focus on yourself. And I was like, that can be someone's purpose. It's just like focusing on themselves. And as soon as I started doing that, as soon as I was like, fuck everybody else, like, I need to just focus on myself, everything, literally, everything just started aligning. Like, all of the opportunities I thought were not possible, the universe was like, hey, you've chosen yourself time and time and time again these past few months, so we're going to show you that hey, you're heading in the right direction. Here are a whole bunch of signs. And if you follow any kind of like angel numbers like 1111 or 555, 333 or 111, you understand that when you start seeing these like over and over and over and over again, that means like, hey, someone's trying to get your attention. And I finally slowed down and I was looking and I was noticing that, like, oh my gosh, like, some of the screenshots, like, some of the random screenshots that I took of information in the very corner of my time, you could see there was an angel number. Or in the actual information that I screenshotted without even knowing, without even making that connection, there was angel numbers. And I was like, oh my gosh, they've been trying to get my attention for the past 6 months. And I've been noticing it, but I haven't really been noticing it, if that makes sense. Like, one of the numbers that, like, so you can ask for specific numbers if you're 1222. I just saw that. If that's significant to you. It's significant to me. I have two numbers that I ask for. So you can ask for specific numbers for certain situations. So for me, I worry a lot about finances. I don't have to. There's not really any purpose in worrying that much, but from my past, and there was moments in time when I was a child where we didn't have enough money to put food on the table. And so I still have that limited belief in my head. So I'm always worried about finances. And it's getting a lot better, but I always ask my angels, like, can you please confirm that my finances are going to be okay this month? And I ask for, please let me see 10, 10, 10 and 7, 7, 7. Those are the two numbers I always ask. So when a bill comes in, I'm always like, okay, my angels, please, like, help me not worry about this. And, like, let me know that everything like related to this bill is going to be okay. And literally, I'm not going to say like right away I start seeing 10, 10, 10, but like I would like maybe get on Facebook and the post that I'm looking at has, you know, 1,000, you know what I mean, like 10, 10, 10 likes, or 10, 10, 10 comments, or it has likes and it's 7, 7, 7. Like, what are the odds that a post that you see on Facebook, it has exactly 777 likes or 770 shares? Like, what are the possibilities of that? It's very, very low. So I always take it as a sign, I always screenshot it. And I'm always like, okay, you've gotten your confirmation, you can stop worrying about it. Like, that's how easy I stop worrying about bills. Is I ask my angels, please let me see either 10, 10, 10 or 7, 7, 7 to let me know that these bills are going to be taken care of. There's nothing that I have to do at this very moment for these bills. Like, it's all going to work out. And every single time, every single time I ask, they deliver. They always show me 10, 10, 10 somehow. And sometimes when I'm watching a video and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go to the bathroom, and I pause the video, and I look at like where I stopped the video at, or like, yeah, where I stopped the video at, it's always an angel number. Like somehow it's 10 10 10. Somehow it's 7 minutes in. Well, not that one. But it's always like 10 10 10. But I usually see like 7 7 7 either in like, so let's say for some reason, like I'm watching YouTube and then somehow it starts doing an ad for like, I don't know, a lottery game or something, or like a gambling game. And then on the little jackpot thing, it says 7 7 7. That's already a sign for me. Like, what are the chances of me watching a video, me watching like a show, and that number appear? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, seeing these angel numbers, like, you're not going crazy if you've been seeing them. You're not going crazy, I promise you. Like, these are actual signs for you. And I for sure know I've been getting so many of them. Like, I've been getting them since August. So trust me, when you see these numbers and you ask for these numbers and you receive them, you accept it immediately. At least for me, in the beginning, I was like, okay, I just need one more sign. I would always be like, I just need one more to make sure that this is really you and I'm not going crazy. And trust me, whenever you ask for one more sign, like, it really delivers. It really happens again. And so try not to like be like, well, I need another one. I need another sign. I need another sign. Because like you as soon as you see that number, you'll start feeling something. But at the same time, like we're conditioned to be like, how can that even be possible? Like how is that even possible? But like no one really teaches us about it, right? No one really says like, oh, angels never exist. Because people always say that's like woo woo. That's like, oh, that's spiritual nonsense. It's like, oh, you're being delusional. It's like, well, I'd rather be delusional and that things are going to work out than be in this negative mindset and only see the negative in the world. Like, what kind of life is that? I'd rather live in this woo woo world where I believe in angel numbers than believe in all of this, like, horrible things that society and, you know, they just want to keep you down. They just want to keep you down. Like, they want to mentally keep you down. If you're thinking of, like, negative things all the time, you need to reevaluate your life because that's not a life you want to continue living. Like, it's time to break these cycles of, like, waking up in the morning and expecting the worst to happen. Like, why? Why are you doing that? Wake up and say, this is my motherfucking day. Everything's gonna fucking work out. Sorry for the cussing. Like, wake up in the morning and just be like, everything is gonna work out for me. And at first, maybe you might feel crazy and you might be like, well, why would it work out for me? Like, why is it going to be working out for me? Like, have faith that everything is going to work out because if you're not doing anything wrong, like if you're like staying to yourself and loving the people around you and like keeping people that are negative or are just like eating at your energy away from you, like you're already doing a big step. You loving yourself already, like waking up in the morning and loving yourself is already such a huge step. There's a lot of people in this world that do not love themselves. And I think that's why there's so much like heaviness in the world is because if people were to slow down and really love themselves, enjoy their own company, they would be able to love other people unconditionally. Because trust me, I have, like, now that I've healed so much of myself, I love even deeper. I love even deeper, and I love that about myself. Every single time I go in deep, I start loving more. And you can talk to whoever you want. You don't have to, like, you know, talk to your angels and be like, well, I don't know if I really have angels. If you deeply believe in God, talk to him. If you truly believe in like your spirit guides and the universe, talk to them. And if you don't really believe in any of this, right? Let's say that you have somebody on the other side. So let's say that like someone in your family has passed on. Maybe talk to them and be like, hey, like you're on the other side. Can you give me a sign? Can you, let me know that I'm gonna be okay, because believe it or not, if you have somebody on the other side, they're pulling strings for you already. Like, if there's blessings falling into your life unexpectedly, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, how is this even happening? They're probably the ones helping you. They're probably the ones, like, doing all of this magic for you. Because even if they're on the other side, they still love you. And you will always be so connected to them. Like, you will always deeply be connected to them, no matter how long they've been gone. No matter, like, if you can't see them anymore, just thinking about them, that's already a blessing. Like, having memories with them is already a blessing. And now you can make these memories like really, really good memories. So when you think about them and you think about the memories, instead of like not being able to move because it hurts so much, at some point you'll be able to see these memories and just cry with so much love in your heart and know that they are with me. They're always with me. And personally, I haven't lost anybody. Like, I've lost my great grandma, but I haven't really lost anybody, but I've lost a lot of pets in my life. And I believe that pets still do a lot of string pulling on the other side. So if you have, pets on the other side, talk to them too. I One of my favorite songs to listen to whenever I really need guidance from like pets or from anybody that's passed on, I listen to Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. That song makes me bawl out cry every single time I hear it. It just makes me cry because it's just so beautiful that, like, if you really slow down and listen, you can hear the guidance. You can really hear them. And you can also get guidance from your dreams, from visions, from daydreams, from, if you pick up a random book and you open it up to a page and it says something that you really needed to hear, take that as a sign. There's signs everywhere. So, like, don't take life so seriously. Like, just have fun. Because when we take life too seriously, it's like when we make, I don't like saying mistakes, but when we make something that maybe doesn't resonate with us, or, something that, like, I feel bad after doing it, I'm just like, okay, it's time to slow down and forgive myself for making this decision. And now, next time when this happens, I'm gonna make the decision out of love. And this life is just about learning, like, who we are, who we want to be. I know this video is a little long, but if you're on TikTok or on YouTube, you can always just hit that, like, ×2 button. And I like hearing it really, really fast. So I don't judge you if just press your button right here, or do it double, 2323 all the time. Um, but I love you, and I hope that you had an amazing new year, and these videos are just gonna keep coming, because I don't know, I have a gut feeling that these videos will help somebody. I know they're gonna help me, because these messages that I'm getting also apply to me. It's not just in general, like, it's in general whoever really resonates with it, but I'm really making these videos for me because, like, these videos will have some guidance in there for me, and I'll look at them and just be like, yeah, I needed to hear that, and I'm gonna hear this over and over and over, and I'm hearing it for me, from the person who loves me the most. So I'm gonna listen to me the most. But I hope your day is wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful week. I don't know if I'm gonna post these every day or weekly. I'm not too sure yet. We'll kind of see what the vibe is, how everything feels. But other than that, I love you. Take care of yourself.